A clown showed up unannounced to my sweet 16 birthday party and asked me, "Can you keep a secret, Carly?" I was really confused. Who hired the clown and how did he know my name? The theme of my party was unicorns, not clowns. But another part of me was oddly curious as to what this clown's secret was. So I said, "That depends on what the secret is." He then asked me if I'd step outside with him. He saw my hesitation. "We'll be right out front to where your friends can still see you. I just need to get your gift. It's in my car." I still must have looked a bit worried and he noticed. I'm parked right across the street. I nodded to my best friend Lindsay, signaling that she keep an eye on me, and then went out to the clown's car. He popped open his trunk and pulled out a small gift wrapped in newborn baby designs. I thought to myself, that seems weird. I'm turning 16. He handed me the gift and said, "You have to promise me that you will open this up in front of everyone at your party, especially your parents. Can you do that for me?" I asked, "Why?" He smiled and said, "Because this gift will completely change your life, and I want to make sure that you're being witnessed by all those that love you when you open it." I went inside, totally creeped out. When I walked in, my father asked me what the clown wanted, and I told him what the clown had told me to do and showed him the gift. When my father saw the baby wrapping, he grew nervous. Sweat dripped down his cheek. My mom came over, and when she saw the look on my dad's face, she grew concerned and asked, "What's going on?" My dad ripped the gift out of my hands, pulled my mom into another room, and I followed them. My dad held me back outside the bedroom door and sternly said, "I need to speak with your mother in private." He closed the door in my face, and I waited there for what seemed like forever. Lindsay came to check on me and asked me if I was okay. I said I wasn't sure since I've never seen my parents act this strange. Finally, my parents opened up the door. My mom had tears in her eyes, and my dad said, "I'm so sorry, honey, but I need all of your friends to leave." I couldn't believe it. What could be so important that he would ruin my birthday party? What would I tell my friends? I asked, "Did I do something wrong?" My mom responded, "Of course not, sweetheart. This is just a difficult situation." My dad walked into the living room and kindly got everyone's attention. "Listen up, everyone. I'm sorry to tell you this, but we just got some difficult news, and we need everyone to go home. I'm so sorry for the inconvenience." There was whispering and quiet gasps all around. All of my friends looked at me, wanting some kind of an explanation, and all I could do was shrug in confusion. I told Lindsay that I'd call her and said bye to all my friends. They left, concern and sadness in their eyes. I closed the door, turned back to my parents, and stopped cold when I saw the clown, standing by my gift table eating birthday cake. He had an eerie grin on his face. My dad stared at him with rage in his eyes that I'd never seen before and didn't say a word. The more angry my dad got, the more the clown smiled and even giggled to himself, still stuffing his face. All my mom could do was hold back tears, so I begged her to tell me what was happening. She said, "Your father will explain everything in the right time." When my dad heard her say that, he snapped, "No, I won't. I will not dignify this jerk's actions with a response. He doesn't deserve it." My dad wasn't the toughest guy around, but mustered up courage, went over to the clown and said, "You need to leave immediately, or I will call the police." The clown casually walked over to the couch, kicked off his bright red shoes, and laid on the couch. "Why don't you go get me a beer, now that I'm home? It'll help me enjoy watching both of you squirm when you see the look on Carly's face when she opens up my present." My dad still held the gift in his hand with a vice-like grip. He ripped off the baby wrapping and found an envelope. He opened it up, unfolded a letter, and read it to himself. He blinked several times, trying to gather his thoughts. The clown chimed in, "That's not very nice, opening up Carly's present like that." My dad showed it to my mom. She nodded in understanding and said, "I think it's time we tell her." My dad didn't want to, but slowly nodded in agreement. My mom pulled me into another room and said, "I am so sorry to have to tell you this, especially in this way." I got really scared, clutched onto my stomach. We were hoping to keep it a secret because the way it all happened. I waited for her to continue as she choked back tears. I had to know. "What did that letter say, Mom?" This completely broke her. She wept and trembled. She finally gathered herself and said, "That man was recently released from prison for forcing himself on me, exactly 16 years ago. That letter was a paternity test, confirming it. That dumb clown is your biological father.